Hello and welcome guys to WebAlgorithmic. This video would be the ultimate VS Code shortcuts guide. Let me be honest guys, this video will not make you a pro coder but definitely get you ready to code like a pro and help you unlock the full potential of Visual Studio Code. So without any further ado, let's dive in and transform the way you code.
Okay, so this video will be divided into 4 sections. So the very first section would be VS Code editor shortcuts. So all the shortcuts that comes under this section are going to apply under this editor block. The second section of this video would be VS Code Explorer shortcuts. So all the shortcuts that comes under this section are going to apply under this Explorer block. So the third section of this video would be VS Code terminal shortcuts. So all the shortcuts that comes under this section are going to apply under this terminal block. And the last and fourth section of this video would be VS Code global shortcuts. So all the shortcuts that comes under this section are going to apply across the VS Code editor. So these shortcuts are not needed to be in focus of any section. Okay, so let's dive into our very first section, which is VS Code editor shortcuts. So in this section, the very first shortcuts would be select multiple same words or sentences. For instance, we are going to take a list of tags. Now what if you want to change all this list tag into an anchor tag? Okay, so for doing this, you just need to select the first li tag and press Ctrl plus D. By pressing each Ctrl plus D, as you can see, you can select all li tag one by one, and now we replace it with the letter A. So now it has been changed from list tag to an anchor tag. Now if we talk about how you can select multiple same sentences, so for instance, here I have selected the very first home element. So by pressing Ctrl plus D, as you can see, I am able to select all the same home element. And after selecting the home element, as you can see here, we can easily replace with any words or sentences whichever you want. Okay, so now let's move with the second shortcut of this section, which is select all same words or sentences. Now what if I tell you to replace back all the anchor tag with the list tag? You can just select a single anchor tag and press Ctrl Shift L to select all the anchor tag. Now we just need to replace the A character with the li word so that all the anchor list will be replaced with the list tag. Now what if you want to select multiple same sentences? To select the same sentences, we need to press Ctrl Shift L. Now let's move with the third shortcut of our section, which is duplicate the current or selected lines upward or downward in direction. So now if you want to duplicate this about element along upward in direction, so now just press Alt Shift up arrow button. Now what if you want to duplicate the selected line or sentence along downward in direction, now just press Alt Shift down arrow. As you can see, I am able to duplicate the contact element along downward in direction. Now let's move with our fourth shortcut of this section, which is to move the current or selected lines upward or downward in direction. So now just press Alt plus up arrow button. As you can see, I am able to move the about element. You just need to press Alt plus down arrow button to move this contact element downward in direction. So just like how you can move any of your current line towards upward or downward in direction. Now let's move with our fifth shortcut of this section, which is find word with and without case specific or regular expression in the current file. So by pressing Ctrl plus F, you are ready to any word or sentence in your current file with a specific case or regular expression. So yeah, I just want to find a home keyword all in small case. Now I just want to select home keyword that would be lower in case. So what I will do, I just need to press Alt plus C, but make sure your cursor should be under this search bar. As you can see, as I press Alt plus C, as you can see, now I'm able to find the lowercase home keyword. Now what if I want to search keyword until the word is not completely finished? I don't let the VS Code editor to focus any other keyword till I finish my required keyword. So as you can see, as I finish the whole home keyword, VS Code is focusing all the home keywords. Now to demonstrate change the shortcut with the regular expression, now we are going to use the same shortcut with the regular expression. For the sake of this demonstration, I am going to take an example of some random email ID. So what if you want to select all the email ID by just using a regular expression in VS Code? So just press Ctrl plus F so that you will get focus under the search bar. Now press Alt plus R so that you can write your regular expression in order to select all the email ID. So I'm going to paste the regular expression to find all the Gmail ID in a file. So this is a matching email ID address, just regular expression. So as I paste it here, as you can see, I'm able to select all the Gmail ID by using this regular expression. Now if I press Ctrl plus H, now I'm able to replace all the Gmail ID with the current one. So currently I'm focused and selected with the first. So now by pressing Ctrl plus Alt plus Enter, you are able to select all the email ID, and now you just need to press Enter button to change to replace all the previous one with the current one. Now let's back on this example to the previous one. Okay, so keep this example. Now if you want now similarly, what if you want to select all your URLs or link and change it with your required URL. So for instance, I'm going to take some URL here like google.com, and I will change it with the instagram.com, facebook.com and twitter.com. So now if you want to select all this URL and change it with the required one, I'm going to use this regular expression to select and focus all the URLs. As you can see, I'm able to select it and focus on all the URLs. Now I just by pressing enter you can move to the URL, and by pressing Ctrl plus H to replace the current URL with the required one. So for example, I'm going to take https ://mine.com. So and as I just press enter, as I just press enter, transfer the focus to the URL and change it with the required one. And now if I want to change all the URLs with the required one, you just need to press Ctrl plus Alt plus enter. Now let's move with the sixth shortcut, which is how you can get the tree structure of your code and enter into a particular block or declaration statement line. So let's remove these examples. Now if you want the tree structure of our code, just press Ctrl plus Shift plus comma. As you can see, now I'm able to get the tree structure of my code, and I can move any particular block of code. Or you can just press Ctrl plus Shift plus O to get the same output that we got in the previous one by pressing Ctrl plus P and type @ Or you can just press Ctrl plus Shift plus O to get the required structure code. And as I move my cursor to a particular block and press enter, I am able to enter into that block of code. So now the seventh shortcut of this section is to prettify your code. So here my custom shortcut to prettify this code is changed from the default one to Alt plus F. So as I just press the Alt F, as you can see, I'm able to prettify my code. So by default, VS Code has a default format document shortcut which you can use to prettify your code. So by default, it is Shift plus Alt plus F. But I don't want this shortcut in order to prettify my code. So what I did, I just open this keybinding.json file where you can write your custom code, or you can override the predefined default shortcut. So here as you saw, the default shortcut was Shift plus Alt plus F. So I want to override that one with Alt plus F. So as you can see, this shortcut will apply to the format document, which is now Alt plus F. As I reformat the document, as I press Alt plus F, it will automatically prettify my code. So the eighth shortcut is
how you can expand or collapse a particular block of code. Press Ctrl Shift open square bracket to expand your block of code, and as you press Ctrl Shift close square bracket, you will be able to collapse your particular block of code, as you can see here.
So the ninth shortcut is to cut the current line. So my cursor is line number 12. As I press Ctrl plus X, I am able to cut this line of about element. So my cursor is at line number 12. If I want to copy this line, either you can select it or just keep your cursor to up to a particular line. Just press Ctrl plus C and nothing else. You just don't need to select the complete line in order to copy the current line. I just press Ctrl plus C. As I press Ctrl plus B, I am able to paste that. Now if I want to comment the current line, you move your cursor to that line and press Ctrl plus forward slash. As you can see, I am able to comment this line number 12. 12th shortcut of this section is how you can up and down your current page. So in order to down your current page, just press Ctrl plus down arrow. As you can see, I am able to down my page. As I press Ctrl plus up arrow, as you can see, I am able to up my page by pressing Ctrl plus up arrow. Okay, so now our 13th shortcut of this section is how you can perform column box selection. Column box selection means like how you can select this character set property and name property along with their value. So in order to do this, you just need to press Alt plus Shift in your keyboard and drag your mouse from the starting point and drag it to your required endpoint. As you can see, now I am able to perform column box selection. Now our 14th and the last shortcut of this section is how you can go to a particular line of code or sentence. So by pressing Ctrl plus G, and as you can see, now if I want to move my cursor at the front of my end head tag, I just write line number 8 comma character number 10 and press enter. As you can see, my cursor has moved to the front of the end head tag. So there is also another way of this shortcut by just pressing Ctrl plus D, and you are good to go to write your current line number and character number in order to move your cursor to that particular line and at the same point where you want, and press enter to move your cursor to that point. Okay, so now let's move to our second section of this video, which is VS Code Explorer shortcuts. So let's dive into the very first shortcut of this section, which is going to apply in this Explorer section. So all the shortcuts that comes under this section is going to apply under this Explorer section. Okay, so let's move with the very first shortcut of this section is how you can toggle your Explorer section. Here to toggle in Explorer section means how you can move your cursor or say focus from end section to Explorer section. Okay, so now just pressing Ctrl plus Shift plus E, I'm able to focus into this Explorer section. And the second shortcut that comes under this section is create a file in Explorer. So let me tell you one thing, guys. So in order to create a file in Explorer, first of all, move your focus to Explorer section by pressing Ctrl plus Shift plus E and then press Ctrl plus N. By just pressing Ctrl plus N, you are able to create a new file in the Explorer section. As you can see, I am able to create a new file. Here I have created a new JavaScript file with the name main.js extension. Okay, so this shortcut will not be available in VS Code by default. This is not a predefined shortcut. So yeah, I have created this shortcut. So this will be a custom shortcut. So as I already told you guys, in order to create your own custom shortcut, you have to write your shortcut in keybinding.json file in JSON format. So as you can see here you will get my own custom shortcut. So as you can see here in this custom shortcut, which is Ctrl plus N in the Explorer section to create new file. So our third shortcut is how you can create a new folder in Explorer. So again, you just have to focus to the Explorer section. Now as I press Ctrl plus Shift plus N, I'm able to create a new folder. So now I named it with JS folder. Now again, I move my focus to the Explorer section and press Ctrl plus Shift plus N to create a new CSS folder. Again, this is also a custom shortcut. It will not be predefined in your VS Code editor. As you can see, I have added this custom code to create a new folder in the Explorer section, which is Ctrl Shift plus N. You're free to add whatever the keyword that will work best for you as shortcut in the value of key, so feel free to do it. So the fourth shortcut of this section is rename file or folder in Explorer. In the Explorer section, and move your focus by pressing up and down arrow button to any particular file or folder. So let's say I want to change this CSS file. I want to rename this CSS file. So you just have to press Alt plus Shift plus T. Now I'm able to rename this file with stylesheet.css. Okay, so now again I move my focus to the editor section, and now I'm focused in the JS folder, and inside the JS folder I want to rename this JavaScript main file to the script file. So just you have to press Alt Shift T to rename this file. So just like you can change your folder name as well. Okay, so this shortcut is also a custom shortcut, and this will not be your predefined VS Code editor shortcut. So I have added this in keybinding.json file. As you can see here, the command is rename file and the key is Shift plus Alt plus T. You are free to change your key as you want. I keep this key in a shortcut because you might be knowing that the Eclipse editor has also the same shortcut to rename the file, which is Alt Shift T. So to keep that shortcut in mind, I keep the same shortcut in my VS Code editor as well. But it's up to you. Whatever you want, you can keep it. So the fifth shortcut is to search files and folders in Explorer section. Let's say if you have lots of files and folders, like if you want to find a particular file or folder, so you must have to be first focus in the Explorer section and press Ctrl plus F and write the file name with the extension and hit enter, or click on the search bar icon to find a particular file along with the folder. Okay, so the sixth shortcut of the section is to collapse all folders in Explorer. First of all, you just need to move your focus to Explorer section and press Ctrl Shift comma button. As you press Ctrl Shift comma button, as you can see, I'm able to collapse all my CSS and JS folder. So again, this is not a predefined shortcut that you will find in your VS Code shortcut file. So this is a custom shortcut which I have added in my keybinding.json file. As you can see here, it is Ctrl plus Shift plus comma, and the command is to collapse Explorer folders. Okay, so let's move with the third section of this video, which is VS Code terminal shortcuts. So the very first shortcut of this section is how you can toggle your VS Code terminal. So there is two ways to toggle your VS Code terminal. So the very first, which I personally prefer to use, is Ctrl plus J. By pressing Ctrl plus J, you can toggle your VS Code terminal, or you can use Ctrl plus backtick to toggle your terminal. So the second shortcut of this section is how you can create a new VS Code terminal. So in order to create or in order to use this shortcut, so first you have to move your focus to the VS Code terminal. Then you have to press Ctrl plus Shift plus backtick in order to create new terminal. As you can see, I'm able to create the second terminal, the third PowerShell terminal. Okay, so the third shortcut of this section is how you can switch to different terminal. So as you can see, currently I am at the third PowerShell terminal of VS Code. Now I want to switch my terminal to the second one, which is just above it, and then I will switch my terminal to the first one. So in order to do this, you will have to press Alt plus up arrow button so that you can switch your current terminal to the second one, and then again you press Alt plus up arrow button. You will move one step ahead and reach to the first PowerShell terminal. Now again I want to switch back to the previous terminal, so I have to move down there. I will just press Alt plus down arrow button to switch back to the previous third terminal. So you can play with this Alt plus up and down arrow button to switch to different terminal from your current terminal. Again, this shortcut is not the predefined shortcut of your VS Code editor. This is a custom shortcut which I have added in my keybinding.json file. As you can see here, the Alt plus up and down key, the command is focus your terminal to previous, Alt plus down to focus your terminal to the next. So you can use any key as per your preference. I've used here Alt plus up and Alt plus down, and you also have to be first focused in the terminal section in order to use those shortcuts. So here one command is working for this one. Okay, so the last section of this video is VS Code global shortcuts. So as I have already told you guys, like all the shortcuts that comes under this section will going to work globally across the VS Code. So for the sake of demonstration, let me add sentence to files. And now I'm going to press Ctrl plus Shift plus F to find a particular keyword in all the files across the project. So like if I'm searching for file keyword, as you can see, I'm getting all the words that are consisting by these files. Now if I want to search index, as we have discussed the match cases, whole words and regex expression in the first section to find the keywords in a particular file, just likewise we can also find keyword here as well. So as you can see, by pressing the Alt plus C to focus your keyword with the exact match cases like uppercase or lowercase. So here in the file it is written with the capital I, but I am finding the index keyword with a small I. So if I press Alt plus C, will not be any keyword with this totally lowercase index keyword. If I just write IND, as you can see, by default this is going to show me the result like, hey, there is a loss of keywords that is starting from IND, but as you can see in the index file it is EX at the beginning of this keyword. But I want to search IND with the whole keyword, like there should not be associated with any extra keyword. I want the exact keyword, exact word I want. So I just have to press Alt plus W inside in the search bar to match with the whole keyword. So as you can see, there is no IND keyword in any file. So if I press here, you will get no result. Similarly, the regex expression will work. Likewise, it was working in the previous. So if I press here, you will get no result. You can also use the combination of these features to find a particular word or sentences. Like you can enable the case sensitive of word, the whole word should be exact. You can also use the regex along with this one. Also, now move to the second shortcut of this section, which is navigate to menu. How you can navigate to menu without using your mouse. So as I said, these are the global shortcut that will work globally across the VS Code. Now just press the Alt button. As you can see, as I press the Alt, I'm able to focus in all the menu along with the key shortcut. Like I'm able to focus on all the menu right now. As I press the F keyword button, the file menu will open. As I press Alt plus E, the edit menu will open. As I press the Alt plus S, the selection menu will open. Alt plus V for the V menu, Alt plus G for the Go menu, Alt plus R for the run, Alt plus T for the terminal, Alt plus S for the help menu. Alt plus T and press N, the new terminal will create. As you can see, the terminal has opened. Now if you want to create a new text file, you just need to press Alt plus F to open the file menu, then press N button to create a new text file. As you can see here, the underlined one. So I am able to create a new file. So let's move with the third shortcut of the section. How you can open the command palette. You just need to press Ctrl plus Shift plus P. Now if I want to create 2x2 grid of VS Code editor where you can open your multiple files, so I just write 2x2 grid layout. So as you can see, there is 4 VS Code editor inside the main VS Code. So you can open your all files, all different files in these editor. So let's move with the fourth shortcut of this section, which is how you can minimize and maximize your VS Code. So by pressing Ctrl plus minus button or hyphen button to minimize your VS Code editor, or you can press the plus or add button to maximize your VS Code editor. Now let's move with the fifth shortcut of the section, fifth shortcut of the section, which is make your VS Code full screen. Fourth shortcut, full screen VS Code. How you can, so by pressing F11 button, you can make your VS Code to full screen, or you can press function button, Fn button plus F11 button in your PC or laptop to move your VS Code to full screen. As I press Fn function button plus F11 button, my VS Code will move to full screen. The sixth shortcut of this section is how you can switch to different files. So this shortcut is like if I want to switch from index file to script file, I just have to press Ctrl plus Tab. As I press Ctrl plus Tab, you will be pop up with your recent open files. Press enter. This will open the script file. If you want to just open the previous file, that is the index file, just press Ctrl plus Tab. You can switch to that index file. Just press Ctrl plus Tab. So likewise, I can switch back, switch to style sheet, I can switch to file.txt file. So the seventh shortcut of this section is find files. Finding files means like if I want to find a particular file in my whole project, which consisting tremendous amount of files, and I want to find a particular file, just I will press Ctrl plus T and write the name of my file, and it will pop up with all the files, with all the files consisting your project. And just type like I want to open the index file, I will write the IN and press enter to open this file. Like let me close this file, and now I want to open the style sheet file. Just press Ctrl plus P and write style sheet and press enter to open this file. It's just like I can open the script file by pressing Ctrl plus P and write the script.js file. Okay, so the eighth shortcut of this section is how you can open all keyboard shortcut files. So all keyboard shortcut files is the file of VS Code where all the predefined keyboard shortcuts will be written over there. In order to open that file, you just need to press Ctrl plus K plus S. By pressing Ctrl plus K plus S, this keyboard shortcut file will open, which consists all the default or say predefined shortcut will be written over there. If you want to open your keybind.json file, either you can open by clicking on this icon, then the keyboard shortcut JSON file will open where you can write your own custom shortcuts. So the ninth shortcut is how you can open the setting file of your VS Code. Just press Ctrl plus comma button to open this setting file. As you can see, all the VS Code settings will be there. You can modify it as per your requirement. Okay, so the 10th shortcut of this section is how you can close the current file. Now if I want to close this current setting file, I will just press Ctrl plus W. As I press the Ctrl plus W, as you can see, the setting file will close. As I press, I open this index file, and as I press the Ctrl plus W, this index file will get closed. As you can see, I am closing this script file, then CSS, then index file. Okay, so the 11th shortcut of this section is how you can save all the unsaved files. Like for the sake of demonstration, I just unsaved all the files. I just unsaved some files. As you can see, in all the 3 files, a small white gray dots is showing. Just write to the extension of these files, which indicates that these files are unsaved files. So now if I want to save all these files at once, so as I press Ctrl plus K and S button, so it will be like Ctrl plus K, release Ctrl and K button and press S button. So our 12th shortcut of this section is how you can close all the opened files. So likewise, as we saved all the files by pressing Ctrl plus K and then press S button, just likewise, if I want to close all these 3 files, I will press Ctrl plus K and press W button. Like you have to press Ctrl plus K, release the Ctrl and K button, and then press W button to close all these 3 files. As you can see, we are able to close all the 3 files at once. The 13th shortcut of this section is how you can toggle your primary sidebar. So this is your primary sidebar. Okay, there's also a secondary sidebar which is by default. So if you want to toggle this primary sidebar, you just need to press Ctrl plus W to toggle your primary sidebar. You can open and close your primary sidebar. Okay, so the last shortcut of this section and this video is how you can close the VS Code editor. So by just pressing Ctrl plus Shift plus W, I repeat, Ctrl plus Shift plus W, you can close the whole VS Code editor. So as you can see, we are able to close the VS Code editor now. And there you have it, the ultimate VS Code shortcuts guide. I hope you found these shortcuts as exciting and game-changing as I did. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to give a thumbs up and share it with your fellow coders and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. Remember, the key to mastering these shortcuts is practice. So keep coding, keep exploring, and keep pushing your boundaries. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Happy coding.